Alright, what's up you guys? So we are back again with number 3. This is our third video of this character close-up. Thank you guys for taking the time to like and subscribe and just hopping in on the video and telling me what you guys feel about it. Alright, now as you can see in the thumbnail, we're doing a video on tri-tip today, suggested by the one and only Pizza Rolls, who actually won Saving Skylanders giveaway for the Sensei Buckshot. Congratulations, buddy. So pretty much how this video is gonna go is we're gonna look at tri-tip's abilities. I'm gonna show you what they do, how they work. I'm gonna show you how I use them, what I like about the character, what I don't like about the character, and I'm also gonna show you the figure, how it looks in person, and then I'm gonna give them a rating out of 10 at the end of the video. So buckle in, enjoy the ride, and let's get straight into the abilities. Tri-tip's first ability is Mace Smash. Fairly simple, easy to understand. You just press X and he slams the mace. Our next ability for our boy is DINO Dash. Press B to charge with your horns, pushing enemies with you. He just gets on all fours, charges, pushes people out the way. Very effective move. Like, his next ability is Rock Blast. Mace Smash launches rocks forward. So it just kind of buffs his normal attack, and it makes it to where it shoots like 3 little waves of rocks forward. So it gives him a little range, which is kind of cool. Nothing wrong with a little bit of range, right? Especially with a close-up character. His next ability is Summon Fossil Traps. Press Y to trap enemies in fossils. So press Y, fossil heads come up, and you can trap enemies in them. Moving on to the next ability, Posse Power Swing, not sure which one it is. Hold X for a power baseball swing. So you just hold X, he'll slam once, you hold X, he'll charge up the swing, and then just do like a little baseball swing. Sliding over to the last ability of the first skill tree, I guess you can call it. What Goes Up. Press B in the air for a powerful jump attack that launches enemies way up. So you just jump in the air, press B, comes down, punch the ground, and everybody around you that's light enough gets thrown in the air. Now, as you can see, I went with the bottom tree. I had a really hard time picking top or bottom with this character, so we might have to do a part 2 for tri-tip. Let me know if you guys would like to see that in the comments, but I think I'm gonna do a part 2 with him because both of his abilities look great. Like, both of his skill trees look great, and that's kind of rare. I don't feel like there's very many Skylanders that have 2 really good skill trees, so I'm gonna have to reset him and see what the top abilities are all about. All right, moving on from that. So the first ability in his bottom tree is Historic Preservation. You get new horns, and after doing a DINO Dash, you gain a shield and take less damage. Now, I think this ability is pretty good. I'm not sure 100% of the effectiveness of how much damage that he blocks with these shields around him. I really can't tell. I just can't tell. It seems like it sometimes works and sometimes doesn't. It doesn't seem that consistent, but it's an alright ability. Anything that just prevents you from death, I think is pretty good, but I can't say that it's dramatically different, but it's enough to notice. Sliding on to a second ability is Fossil Fort. You summon fossil traps faster, and you deal critical hits to enemies tarred by them. This is pretty good because obviously extra damage. You can't get mad at extra damage. It's extra damage. Rolling over to the last final ability of the bottom tree is Matador Might. DINO Dash into fossil traps to create a massive explosion. Or your fossil traps, you trap an enemy in it, and you press B, get on all fours and dash through it, and they blow up, doing a little bit of extra damage on top of them being tarred. Now, his soul gem, never saw it coming. Occasionally a powerful asteroid falls from the sky and creates a devastating explosion. I thought this was pretty cool. It doesn't happen as often as I want to, but I mean, this soul gem got me out here feeling like Madara Uchiha pulling asteroids out of the sky. If any of you guys are Naruto fans, you know what I'm talking about out there. If you know, you know. Now, my final ability, or his final ability, Sky Chi Power, Misozic Mayhem, I'm not sure how that's pronounced, but he just kind of takes his hammer and spins really fast, starts smacking stuff. And that was all the abilities for our boy tri-tip here. So now we're gonna move on to what I think about the figure and how it looks. Now, the figure is pretty dope looking. I don't have too many complaints. Good coloring, the brown, black, and gold are good complementary colors to each other. The mace looks cool. A little nice detail. The art on the top of the box looks pretty cool. I mean, he's just nothing too crazy going on with his design. He has a pretty normal stance. The detail on the top of his head, it's just a pretty solid figure. It's a Triceratops with a big old mace. How can you complain, you know? Now, things I like about tri-tip. First of all, I just feel like he's just a well-rounded character. I don't feel like any of his moves are useless. I don't feel like any of his moves are boring. I feel like he's a pretty just solid, well-rounded character. Honestly, there's none of his moves that I dislike. He has the mace that does good damage. He also has rocks that fly from his mace that gives him a little bit of range, which doesn't do like crazy amounts of damage, but you can still damage things at range. It's really not a bad deal. The range from his mace when he slams, I noticed, just helps with like clearing stuff. Like say you're trying to hit a bunch of barrels, or in his case, seeing that he's an Earth Skylander, destroying rocks in bigger quantities goes faster because you get a hitbox from the mace and the rocks flying out. Makes him literally just smash through stuff easy. I like how destructive I feel using him. I just feel like he's an unstoppable force. I can knock people in the air, push people out of the way, trap people. Like that's kind of just on its own good because he can knock people, daze people. He like stuns people just from being him, like using his abilities. And I think his triple X combo when he does like a front flip and slams on the ground, it also stuns people. He's just a force to reckon with. Like I really don't have too many things I dislike about him. Now, with that being said, the only things I do not like about this sensei, his fossil fort, when you press Y, sometimes, like for example on the arena, if you're standing in the wrong spot and try to throw them up, they won't appear because they just go wherever, however. And so in a sense, sometimes they're kind of hard to place if they don't activate when you need them to. That part kind of sucks. Those are pretty much the only thing. Oh wait, no, one more thing that I have a little bit of an issue with is his Sky Chi. Though he has a great Sky Chi, I think it's perfect. I think it fits his style. I don't feel like it does that much damage. I feel like it should do a little bit more damage. You know, I want to see 100s every time somebody gets hit by that larger than life mace there. And so those are probably the only things I do not like about the character, and they're really minor things. I feel like, well, except for the fossil fort, that one kind of sucks. The Y ability to pull the fossil heads out of the ground, that one really sucks because like if you're just in the wrong place, yeah, that can kind of suck. So you're relying on ability, you spend all the time trying to pull it out of the ground and then it doesn't come out and you're just open to get hit. So that kind of sucks. His soul gem is pretty good. Not too mad at the soul gem. I mean, it's just extra damage randomly. It just occasionally you're just playing and then you may or may not get a big old rock coming out of the sky and smacking someone in the forehead. So I can't get mad at that. It's just extra passive damage. I don't have to do any extra work for it. My final score for Tri-Tip is, I'm gonna say easily 8. He's a solid 8. He's a solid 8 out of 10. He's a very great Skylander. Maybe even an 8.5. If you guys do not have Tri-Tip, pick him up. He's super cheap. He goes for like anywhere from $10 to like 12. He's just, if you do not have this character Tri-Tip, I really highly recommend picking him up. He was a blast to play, and there's very few, like I said earlier, there's very few Skylanders that I want to try both paths, because usually one path is just an obvious choice. This one, it's like, who knows? I feel like maybe both of them are great. Maybe the top one is better, but they both sound pretty solid. I almost might even pick up another Tri-Tip just to have both paths. Like, I'm really considering it, and I feel like that does not happen a lot. Anyway, that's it for the video, you guys. Make sure you guys, please, for me, like, subscribe, and slap that notification bell so you know next time we make another video. Anyway, I hope you guys have a good day, a good night, whatever time you're watching this. And Portal Masters for life, you guys. Take care. See you in the next one.